dog days. Been a roll,
Man, what's up, man? I got a good one, man, in the house today, man. Hey, I really don't need to say your name, but we gotta say your name because you know we get some viewers from Pluto. You know what I'm saying? They know what's going on Earth, right, man? But look, I want a special thank you for putting me in your schedule. You've been telling me, make sure you reach out. You say if it makes sense, I'm gonna stop through, man. And you came through, man. Appreciate you having me.
Much love. I had to, baby.
$1 million worth of game, man.
Yes, man.
Man, off the breakaway, man. We're gonna go from the beginning, man. I know a lot of people know your story a little bit. I just want to touch it a little bit, man. You from Philadelphia, if I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
What part of Philly?
I'm from North Philadelphia, 13th and Allegheny. I'm born and raised there. Lived in Logan, lived in Nicetown. Used to be up Erie Ave. Used to be down Cumberland. I used to be around a lot of North Philly.
So you weren't one of them dudes just stick right to your block,
man.
You moved around?
No, growing up, I was one of them dudes that, like, I always was in juvenile facilities.
Right.
So, you know, I always knew dudes from different parts of the city.
Right.
I probably was like in my neighborhood, wherever I lived there, I probably was like the dude that was like the politician. I could go connect with different people from different parts.
Right.
You might be like, damn, I want some weed, man, or damn, I need some wet. Right. Well, I know the bull right here. My man got something. I was that dude that no matter what, I will always say we might be at an event, basketball game, or event, or whatever's going on. I'm the dude that be bouncing all over, talking, saluting different dudes from different parts of the city, different, because I was always like a politician in that aspect of understanding, like, we can't get strong if we don't fuck with other niggas because, you know, back when I grew up, it was like, you could be fucked up and the dude to put you on. Mm-hmm. Like, you might have been in jail with a dude might see you at the gas station, you walking out, damn, baby, what's up? Get with me. What you doing? What this your neighborhood? I'll be right back. Bull come back, and next day you know you got 4.5 ounces. You was just broke.
Yeah, drop right on.
Because dudes are dropping on you, and it wasn't like on the you fucked up, fuck you niggas. It was like, man, I got this shit. I'm trying to get this shit off me.
Right,
You know what I mean? So it was just like I always made sure that and I wasn't no big time drug dealer myself, but a lot of homies did, and it was an opportunity for dudes to get on. So I would just like introduce people and always move around. So I was from them neighborhoods, but man, for real, Philadelphia, you know, was just like my whole neighborhood.
Right. And from down here, and I guess around the country, you always hear some Philadelphia say, I'm from North, I'm from South. What's the glaring difference between the two for those who don't know?
There's a big difference, like in different ways. Mm-hmm. No matter where you from in Philly, like, all parts of Philadelphia, dudes get money.
Right.
You got some player shit going on. You got some gangster shit going on.
Right.
You got some grimy shit going on. You got some broads. Mm-hmm. So I don't really, you know, I think North is the biggest part.
Right.
And North is where a lot of powerful activity probably took place in a street game because you got the Latino community over there. So that's where the load was at, I guess.
Right.
So it was, but man, to me, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like if you from Philly, you from DC, you from Compton, you from Harlem, same ghetto, different name.
Right. Same.
Little different slang, little different dress code, but. Ghetto shit happening, street shit happening. There ain't too much you could, you know.
Right. And you said something earlier about using a lot of juvenile joints like that. So what was your mindset at 15 or 14 to get you in spots like that?
I was already knee deep in the system. I first got locked up June 30th, 1990. I was 11 years old for a couple days. For
11 years old?
Yeah, snatching jury. So I always was in, like, my whole life, majority of my life on this planet, I've been in institutions.
Right.
I've never been off paperwork since June 30th, 1990. I always was in probation, parole, or in jail. You know what I mean? So it was like 15, I was already knee deep in the system. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And Philly and DC, we similar alike far as we one of them towns that everybody feel like they nice with their hands, right? So I know you've seen a lot of Hall of Fame street joints coming up, man.
I've seen a lot of Hall of Fame street joints, and you know, it's a little different from now. Right. Like sometimes I'll be talking to people, because I remember growing up, and it was like, man, I don't give a fuck. You might be me, you might be from the same neighborhood.
Right.
You might be getting 10 kilos. You might have the Benz, the chain on. Right. I might best be a cat that's around the way that's like, you know, playing games, I might be a sticker boy, whatever I may be.
Right.
And we might get into altercation. Some wordplay might get off. You taking your jewelry off, and we mixing.
Right, yeah.
It wasn't, you ain't gonna shoot me, I ain't gonna shoot. I cannot shoot you.
Right.
You couldn't shoot me. We from the same neighborhood. Nobody was letting that go down. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different time. Right. So everybody knew how to rumble because your uncle, your pop, your big brother, somebody taught you how to rumble, or somebody taught you something. Right. Or even if you ain't know how to rumble, you get your ass whooped, but that was that. Right. You'll figure it out, you know what I mean? But it's like everybody, you know, them cities, these boxing cities, boxing towns, you know. So, you know.
And it's crazy because back then I can vividly remember dudes can be fighting, and they get the wrestling. Nah, clean break.
Yeah,
nah,
clean break. Yeah,
throw your hands back up. Like
throw that shit up.
You got to throw your hands back up, right?
Yeah.
So that was
dap,
something.
dap up before, dap up when it's over and walk away.
Exactly,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah, man. You from Philly, man? You got to let us know. If I'm in Philly, what's the best place to get my Philly cheesesteak?
You know, it's different. I've been pescatarian going to the penitentiary since 1997. But before I went to the penitentiary, it was always like Max's. It was Max's.
Right.
But now you got Max's, you got Ishkabibbles, you got Delisandro's. Right. It all depends on your taste buds and who you know that might recommend you there. Because you might go to a spot that might be a fucked up spot, but that might be the first spot you ate at, and you might be like, damn, you can't really put no. And I can't be the one to tell you because I ain't eaten cheesesteak and I don't know how long.
Say 1997.
1997 when I was in the penitentiary, I turned pescatarian. Right. So it was like, you can't really, it ain't no wrong and no right. I think because all of them you're going to see lines. Right. All of them you're going to see people go there. But like them 3 main spots.
Okay, so I'm in Philly for the weekend and I done seen you since you started promote so many bands. I know you can't remember them all, but if I'm in Philadelphia, just on top of your head, give me 3 black bands that you guys should, if I want to buy some clothes or something to eat. Can you think of any 2 to 3? I know you can't get them all, but 2 or 3.
Man, there's so many. You got in Philly. You didn't have so many different clothing lines over the city. Rapper Paradox, Rapper Milano, Rapper Belargo, Rapper Lavello, DF4. It's so many. You know what I mean? It all depends on what you into. And when you talking about restaurants, you got Pretty Girls Cook, you got Country Cooking, you got Kings and Queens. It's a bunch of food. It's just too many to name. It's all about who you know and who say, yo, this is my spot. Because, you know, we in the ghetto, everybody don't fuck with everybody. So it's all about who you run into that day that'd be like, oh, no, we on this. We ain't on that. That ain't, you know what I mean? So, and it might be, this shit might be gooder than this shit, but it's like the people, your folks from Philly that brung you through saying, oh, these are peoples, we fuck with them. We don't fuck with them. So, you know, there's always some political shit going on, some beef and shit, some underlying shit. So, you know, it depends.
I agree with that. So when you and Gilly, you say y'all cousins by blood?
That's my blood cousin.
So y'all been running around since out of diapers?
A long time, you know, the dumb shit with him, you know, a long time, you know.
Yeah, he seen, but every time I see, he seems like he might be really nice in his hand, how he played his hand, his coordination and all that.
He do good, man. I just think he be a little hype with the commutating of the boxing shit. I'm like, nigga, you ain't never was a real fight.
You slow down a little bit?
Yeah, you know, so I be like, I don't pay that shit no attention.
Yeah, so y'all get together, man, and say, man. First, man, when you was in, let me go into the juvenile joint. When you was in the juvenile joint, you made those type of relationships with guys across the town and all that. Do you still garner some relationship now?
A lot of times, you know, you run into dudes. A lot of dudes died, bro.
Right.
A lot of dudes died. A lot of dudes went back to the penitentiary doing life. So you know, but it's something about it when I see dudes though. When I see dudes, whenever I run into a dude that I grew up with, was in a juvenile facility or grew up, it's an excitement that come into me because it was like, I always remember back then whenever we got out, whenever we was running the streets, it was more free then. And when I say free, it's like now, it's so like, it's not, in the street game, it's like it's not free because it's like, you got 1,000 cameras, everybody telling. So it's just, back then it was just, we just was having fun. You remember? Nigga, my way, baby. What's up, man? Get with me, baby. It was just it was a bunch of player shit going on. Dudes were getting money. They was putting that shit on. They was trying to have things. So it was just different. It wasn't dark. I think, with now, the gunplay made this shit so dark and made it secluded, whereas though you can't go especially a young cat. A young cat that's out here, like I really feel sorry for him because they never got able to experience the beauties that came with the street culture that we did, the money, the money, the women, the dressing, just dressing fly, saying, yeah, them niggas from over there, we from over here, we gonna be fly to them niggas. You know we going to the game later on, we gonna have that shit on, fuck them niggas. But it wasn't like we gonna shoot at them niggas. We gonna put that shit on, and it was just like the era where as though you could really see somebody, y'all in the corner, we sitting in the corner, a nigga come shit on you, he ain't gonna slide on you, he gonna slide on you, you gonna pull up in that Benz, him and this man got the Benz, the LSC, the Acura, they back to back, y'all stand on the corner like, them niggas looking at y'all like, damn, man. You like, man. I'm like, damn, Kurt, we gotta turn that shit up. Bro.
You got to game up.
Now we like, now 6 months later, we coming through like, it was just a battle of, but now it's like, it got real dark and it got real gloomy because it's like, damn, somebody gave the youngest some bad game. Somebody gave the youngest some bad game on the aspect and told him, listen, man, the highest nigga in the street game is the shooter. The shooter was not the highest nigga in the street game. It was, And the dude that get money, he's a turkey.
Right. Yeah.
Because the dude that get money, he's a pussy because he's smarter than to say, you know what, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that go because I'm getting paper over here, baby. Right. I got some real shit going on. And somebody get a youngin some bad game, man. And what happened is, I just think a lot of referees of the United States of America street code, man. A lot of referees of the street culture, the big brothers, the uncles, the dads, they went to the penitentiary. Some got strung out on dope. Some got killed. And the babies was left out here and the cell phone raised them. They start looking at niggas because, you know, it was like this. A DC nigga, they couldn't tell what a Baltimore nigga was doing or what a Richmond, Virginia nigga was doing or what a nigga from Philly was doing. So they was stuck into their game and they stayed on to their game.
Right.
But when social media came on, a lot of these young cats was watching, you know, what was taking place in Chicago and nobody want to admit that. And they start emulating the whole culture. The way they wear their hair, the vocabulary, the slang of different cities.
Right.
Whereas though, you know, there's certain words, there's certain slangs that you knew a dude from DC had, a dude from Philly had, a dude from Baltimore had, based off of that's their thing.
Right.
But the slang was infiltrated because while you was in the penitentiary, I'm in the penitentiary, or the homies got killed, or the homies on dope, these kids, the internet came. So now you get a glimpse of somebody else's environment, and you looking at this because it's on the internet. It's like it's a movie now because the internet made people stars that probably wasn't.
Right.
Because whoever got the most traction on here, they became a star. So these young boys on there looking at Chicago, and they like they worshiping it.
Right. Yeah.
It started to become damn. They looking at Chief. They looking at Durk. They looking at Rondo number 9. They looking at the whole culture. Whereas you go to some of these, listen, pull up on any young boy from some of these cities, and they would give you. They historians of Chicago the Chicago street wars. They'll be able to break that shit down. Because when Rondo went to jail, what's his name?
Right.
They'll break all this shit down. You like,
know what's going on in their own neighborhood. They don't know what's going
on.
Damn,
you don't know that your uncle ran this shit. He got a bunch of money.
Right.
He used to drive Benzes and shit. You don't know that, but you know about. So that took place, and somebody told these young bloods that killing a motherfucker was everything. And that was like the last result. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was like somebody gave them some bad game. You know what I mean? It's like some bad dope. They gave them some bad game. And it's like it got to the point where as though sometimes, you know, some of these neighborhoods, they had the point of no return because I think, you know, it's cool to tell a young boy don't do this and that. But when a youngin is in the car with one of his homies and they start shooting, you know what I mean? And his homie, you know, chunks from his homie brain hit his face as he's trying to get away, and he like, damn, bro, it's a different game now. Now we in a different sport. Right, and like I always tell the youngest, man, I understand, but damn, somebody gonna have to say, somebody gonna have to pivot and say, in order for this shit, for the cycle to stop and for the babies to have a chance and just for them to have a chance. Because I always tell people, you know, when I'm in corporate, especially when I see people talking fucked up about the youngest, because most of the people that have opinions about the youngest, they never talk to the youngest, and they scared of the youngest. They never get up close to the youngest. And I say this about the youngest when I'm in different environments. I'll be like, listen, the day that these youngins decide to switch the game up, they're gonna be dangerous in a good way because for the first time in America, the black young boys is the most fearless motherfuckers that ever walked the planet. They don't even think about going to jail. They don't even think about dying. They don't give a fuck. So imagine if that was transferred into a different hustle and they knew a trade or a skill or a hustle or knew how to shoot movies or knew how to make clothes. They're gonna be dangerous. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but somebody gave them some bad game, and it's like it's real hard, man. You know.
Right. And that game leading them to the cemetery and leading to them pins that they waiting to grab them, right?
Yeah.
And so I want you to talk to him about the first day Wallo stepped on a penitentiary playground. I mean that compound. What's going through his mind versus where he just come from?
You know, on some real shit. When I went to the penitentiary, man, I was scared to death, man. Because, you hear about niggas getting fucked, and I ain't trying to, I'm thinking, damn, nigga might try to rape me. I'm 17. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, damn, nigga might try to fuck me or something. You thinking about all type of shit in your mind as a real... See, one thing about me, I'm a human being, and the greatest thing that I ever did, I tapped into me being a human and not me being a real nigga or me fortifying myself like the streets tell us. So I'm scared to death. Right. I ain't fucking. Right. I ain't playing no game. I'm like, damn. Right. the moment I was relieved when I saw one of the homies on the penitentiary yard, when I saw him, my homeboy Mahoney, little kid from North Philly, Cumberland Street. He went, wow. I'm like, bet.
Yeah.
He come up on me, he had a jacket. My nigga had, man, all his weed in his jacket. Motherfucking, that nigga had a sword on him.
Had a Bethlehem with him.
He like, baby, come on, we over here with it. I'm like, damn, bet, my man. I see my, you know, because me and him used to do robberies on the street. This is my guy. He introduced me to the other homies. He introduced me to some OGs on the behalf of, you know, when you go to the penitentiary, you get inherited OGs based on your geographical region of the location. This the old head, this the old head, this the old head. Boom, that's what's the name, dad. From down, oh, bet, cool. We solid, bang.
Right.
So that right there, I think it cooled me down. But going into the system, you just like, damn. And it's a fear of not just somebody gonna do something to you, but what you got to do to protect yourself. There, whereas though you might not make it back out the joint, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they don't understand. It's different when you're going through that and when you're doing numbers. So you just be like, man, I'm trying to get in here and get the fuck out, make parole. But then you hear about niggas that got in all type of gang wars in the yard, niggas stab you. And, you know, that shit can take you to another level. So, you know, I definitely was scared without a doubt, you know?
That's only human, but it speaks to your character that you're able to even say it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That speaks to your character. Yeah, man, tell me some stuff happening. Like, everybody always talk about jail from an aspect of getting raped, you know, and all the stuff that go on the drugs and all that. Tell them some things that can happen that you might have witnessed from a psychological standpoint.
Man, I had a homeboy,
that
right?
blew your mind.
You know, when you see the feds in the state different. Pennsylvania, unless you do some major drug shit or, you know what I mean? Now they switched the whole federal system up. You could just be a gang and you could be on some bullshit and go to the feds now. It used to be a different type.
Right.
But most people that go to penitentiary, go to jail in Pennsylvania, they go to the state pen.
Right.
So I'm all in the state pen. And a lot of times they be transferring people. You might see somebody when you first come in Camp Hill, and then it's like, you get classified, you don't know what jail you're going to.
Right.
And then you might see a dude 2 years later because they might come to transfer. So it was this one cat, man, homeboy of mine, we solid, knew each other. We came through, you know, assessment together. We got classified around the same time. He was on a different block than me. He go to jail. So one day he wanted to be in transfer. And somebody was like, yo, you know Mike going in? I said, yeah. I go to the yard, and the whole time, this nigga walked right by me, man. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, Mike, what's that? He looked at me like, and then when I peeped, that nigga had like that Thorazine, man, that Cinequan look, man. He was fucked up. He was gone. He left. He didn't even know who I was. He just looked. So, and I seen so many people go on a trip in the joint based off, you know the game. Motherfucker at the penitentiary can't stand it. They go to the psych and say, I can't sleep. And they hit them with all the psych medicine.
Yeah.
And now, only time they get up, when they cell door open, they go to chow and come back. That's it. They go eat, they get big as shit, you know, because they taking the medication. All they doing is sleeping. And they go fucking crazy and they go on a trip. And it just like, and then you got some people that just naturally, without the psychotropic medication, they go. See, we've been trained, and to, how can I say, the dehumanization of black people is something severe. Because in the ghetto, we're taught not to feel, not to think, not to cry. So we already walking this shit not human. So we don't know how to handle shit when shit happen to us or even break down for a release. Right. Like crying is a release. And I don't think a lot of times people are afraid. Like the greatest thing I ever experienced in jail was when I was able to cry and get the moments in my cell, throw the towel up. Damn, I just be fucked. Because I'd be like, damn, this shit. I'm like, damn, I got 3 years in, I got to do 17 more. Just understanding that, and you just understand certain shit. So, you know, you start to wake up and you start to grow and you start to become human because these walls is making you fucking human. So just that alone of having to be tough and not feel, that shit, I seen a lot of dudes break. I seen niggas just break down and they just can't take it, man. They just start, they don't know what the fuck to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that medication, a big piece. Yeah. And like you said, the cry piece, I always try to tell the mentees I mentor, I say, look, it's all right to have those movements like that because what happened, when you bottle the joint in, that's why the first little small thing somebody do,
you be happy.
You go to the max and then you get you 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Because you got it so bottled up in there like that.
And that wasn't even about that.
That wasn't even about that. That wasn't even about that. It was that little thing he did.
Crazy.
It wasn't even about that, right? So, man, it's crazy, man. I like to hear you talk. That's why I don't even interrupt you so you can go because you got a lot of jewels to offer, man. But you in there, You battling, you seeing that, you seeing all this crazy shit, you seeing the stab, you seeing Mike who lunching, lost stuff. I want you to explain to them, because a lot of them don't understand, when they go to jail, they only got the grandma out here. Their mother already
Shout
on
out to
drugs.
Nanny.
You know what I'm saying? Only got the grandma, right? She's 60-something now, and you got 20, 30 years. Explain to them when they come home and she gone, she passed on, and there's nothing out here waiting for them.
You know, to me, I would just say God is good, and I'm gonna say this because only thing I'm worried about is getting home back to Nanny, because Nanny used to hit me with the thing, well, baby, I ain't gonna be here when you get home. Because I never told my grandma the numbers I had. I just be like, I'll be home in 2 years, I'll be home in a couple years. Because I ain't never wanted to feel it.
Right.
And Nanny, the most greatest person I ever met in my life was my grandma. Shout out to my mom and everybody else in my family. But my grandma is the matriarch of my family, and she was just so solid. And she was up on so much game, and I ain't understand it until I got older.
Right,
you know, because she's like, boy, you think I'm slow, baby? And me and my brother running around moving the best in the moves. And but Nanny be 89 this year. She's solid as a motherfucking rock. And the only thing I ever wanted to do was get home, and for the first time in her life, she see me do good. And I was able to do that within a year outside of the joint. So it was just a blessing. But like, when you hit that penitentiary, that's why when I be looking at this shit on Instagram, and I tell the young boys, especially now, I be like, get the fuck away from all the day one shit.
Yeah.
Because your day one is gonna be the nigga that's gonna be on the stand when your mom gonna be sitting right behind you in the courtroom. You right here, you got the suit on. You looking crazy because you got a suit on with the dreads and all the Chicago dreads in your head.
Right,
the tattoo on your face, all the goofy shit. And you sitting there, you don't even look right. The jurors know that nigga done it.
Right.
And the worst thing you could do is have some black people in the jury, especially them old black people, because you look like the little young boy from their neighborhood. You sitting there, acting like you all innocent. They like, that nigga done it.
Right.
And the greatest thing, the most craziest thing that's gonna happen is that shit you be talking on Instagram. My day one, he gonna be just like this. He gonna come in with a suit on too.
Right.
And this is the moment that's gonna hurt your mom the most, because the DA gonna be like, excuse me, Robert, how do you know the defendant, Michael Williams? Oh, Mike, I grew up with him. I used to stay at his mom's house. His mom gonna be right in the back of him crying. Yeah. So is you sure that on October 31st, 2017, he was the one that shot Kareem Williams? Without a doubt, I was right there. He came up on the block. He had a red shirt on. Mom like, because the mom fucked up, because mom like, I can't believe you, because when your mom was on drugs, I took you in. You slept in the same bed as him. You see what I'm saying? You really like, so mom sitting behind him crying like, I can't believe he do, because she looking at you like, that's my son too.
Yeah, exactly.
She breaking down like, damn, this dude. So when dudes be talking that day one, and like I tell a lot of young cats, I'll have like, listen, man, I understand what you're saying. That shit is all cool about you're real when you were that, this, that, third. I'm sturdy, I'm this, I'm that. Young, and you're not qualified to say that because you never been up against the gun. You never been in the interrogation room yet. You can't say that. You like, we live in a time where people is giving themselves names, titles, and credibility based off some shit they never experienced. You're not no real. Who told you was real? Because you shot somebody? That's easy to do that. But your realness haven't been on trial yet because you ain't been in that room where the motherfuckers running game, or you, the old slick detective that from the same neighborhood as your dad and all that, that told you, yeah, man, he got you, baby. Oh, man, he just, woo! You done. You know you done, right? Motherfucker just told, listen, man, what the fuck, man? Why was you running around with that nigga, man? You running around. You hungry, man? What you need? Yo, give me a cigarette. Listen, man, your mom on the way down here. So he lined you up. You don't even dig it because you never been through this experience. Man, that motherfucker told everything. Why the fuck was you running around with him? Now you sitting there.
Your girlfriend Tanya, he fucking Tanya too.
Listen, he like, yeah, man, he told everything that day. They already got the data based off of the reports. He don't know nothing. He tell him, yeah, man, that day you was in the red car. He took, man, that motherfucker. Man, listen, what you? He lead the joint, give you your little food, your little burger, motherfucker eating. He like, damn, smoking a cigarette. See your mom in there. Your mom don't give a fuck. Because these moms today, they didn't come up off the criteria of the moms of yesterday. So they're like, boy, you better tell. Boy, you better not go to jail. Mom go right in and tell you better tell. They let your little girlfriend come in there, little Kiki with that fat ass. The only thing you thinking about, niggas gonna stick dick to her.
They gonna burn her up.
They gonna tear that ass up. Old head Mike been on that ass for a minute. Come through with that Benz, he gonna get her now. You know what I'm saying? So you looking at all this shit. Next thing you know, nigga gonna get down on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Nigga gonna get down on the ground, and the game change. That's why Motherfucker, I don't understand why these niggas, everybody keep going to jail. Niggas telling in real time.
Right, yeah.
I don't think, but the funny thing about it is, they really don't even need them. Because niggas telling themselves, all you got to do, all the DA and the detectives do, they subpoena Instagram. All them joints you deleted. Don't worry about it, you deleted, Neff. They gonna subpoena, that's in the system, baby. That's on Instagram. They got it. They gonna subpoena, get all them joints. Come on, Instagram, give us all that. They gonna give them everything, and they gonna have all the pictures with you there with the mask on. You got the mask, but your tattoo showing, Neff. The whole tattoo. You got the mask, but you stand in front of your grandma's door. The address right there in the back, Neff. With the weed right here, you got the weed. The Jones Stendo, all the dumb shit. You got all this shit going on.
That's the same gun as the killer.
The kill, what's the name?
You got in the video, got in 3
long
videos.
ass clip. They got the switch on there. All that, man. So you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have an expert coming here. They're gonna have an expert coming here that's gonna take this picture, blow it up. They're gonna blow the picture up and say, that's the same gun as this gun right here. It's exactly because and they're gonna say, how long you been an expert? Since 1973. I've been I first went to university of such and such. I graduated 1981. I became an expert from it. He breaking the whole shit. This old white man, they gonna believe him. He told him that gun in that picture you holding and this gun right here that killed the crime scene is the same gun.
Then they gonna say, how many times your testimony came to be true? He gonna say what?
193.
193 times.
It led to convictions of 193 convictions.
Right.
They're like, oh yeah, we done.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a lot of people. That's why I just be like, man, shit, man. It's real, man. I wish a lot of the youngest knew that either a nigga gonna tell them or the camera gonna tell them.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know the streets of DC all the way, but I know that if I go to this whatever, if I go to 10th Street, if I shoot somebody on 10th Street and they got a 10th Street in DC, and I shoot somebody on 10th Street, and I came from 12th Street, one thing that I know that the homicide detectives, they ain't got to worry about that. Where he got shot at? Okay, which way did he ran? He ran that way. They're going to go to each house and get that ring camera information.
That ring joint, yeah.
The ring camera's in front of everybody's door. So we seen you run there. We seen you from when you put the mask on, when you cross 12th Street. You put the mask on, the car, your shit parked right there, right in front of somebody's house. They're going to go back, get the ring cameras, run the tapes back, you're done. This is the wrong era to be a criminal. You know what I mean?
And the ring camera in some instances get the whole voice. They get the dialogue.
Get you walking by and all that shit.
Get the dialogue, right? Yeah. Man, let's take a moment. I want to do a quick role play, man. I'm gonna be the younger. You're gonna be Wallo, who you are, obviously. Wallo, man. I'm from 10th Street, man, and we beefing with 12th Street. They came around the bus, man. I got my joint on me. I don't really want to roll with this shit, but I gotta roll, man. What you tell me to do? What I should do, man? I gotta roll. They gonna think I'm faking.
First and foremost, young and damn, who your pop? Who your uncle?
Man, he died.
Who you got? Who your step pop?
Shit, he left. I got a dude that coached me in football. Big Mike. I don't know if you know him. They got the corner store.
But listen, we gonna go holler at Big Mike. That's number one. Number two, who your little brother? Who your kids? You know what I mean? That's something that I personally need to know. So I got to lean on you with that. Right. You understand? But I definitely got to go get with Big Mike because the coach, because he got some influence over you. Right. You see what I'm saying? I can tell you whatever I can tell you, but I know you're not built for this. I know you can't handle 10. Right. And I'm going to tell you some shit. I ain't no disrespecting. You fuck around and tell, Neff. Right. I ain't trying to disrespect you.
Yeah. But I'm going to hold up, though, man. I'm going to hold up, man.
You saying you going to hold up, and that's cool and all. That's cool and all. But you already made up in your mind that you ain't really built for this shit.
Right. They going to think I'm a sucker, though.
Yeah, listen. Wherever they think you're a sucker now, nigga going to think you're a sucker when he tell on you. Yeah. You're going to be a sucker when you're dead. Right. So you got to figure this shit out right now and try to figure out, damn, what route I want to take. You got any people in a different city? Right. You know what I mean? Could you relocate? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to tell you not to operate and you still stuck in this environment and you got to protect yourself. And I understand it, young. Right. But is there anything that you could do? Could you go to Job Corps? You know what I mean? Could you relocate? Because that's the main thing, the relocation aspect. But I can't just tell you to go cold turkey if you're going to still be living here. Right. Because, motherfuckers they going to get you out of here. Right. You know what I mean? So we're going to see what's up with Mike. Hopefully the coach and Mike got some family members that might can help relocate you because obviously for the way you respect him, he's spending some time with you to tap into you, and he's getting inside of your interior to where as though you respect him enough to where as though he know your situation. He got some love for you where he might lend you a family home up in Delaware. Right. You know what I mean? You might could go down, Virginia. I don't know. But you got to figure it the fuck out. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I got to think about that, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, Wallo. Yeah, man. And I wanted to just hit a dialogue. I know you had something to tell him, right? And I want even people that's watching that's our age to understand that you gotta, because sometimes you hear some guys, I don't see them take positions with, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Shaw and them, it's going live around here, you know what I'm saying? But Auntie still live around there, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody around there, so it's like, man, so, you know, I wanted you to give them a little, you know, a visual of that.
And I respect, you know, you got a lot of OGs, especially in cities like D.C., Baltimore, Philly, whatever, you know, everywhere, all around the country, that's coming out of these penitentiaries that had heavy names. I totally respect them because a lot of them is like, some of them stay away from it. They stand down on it because a lot of them don't even understand the mechanics of the streets today. They definitely don't respect it. And they like, man, I ain't got time for that. I did my time. Let me go live my life. And salute to them. They got a right to do that. But you got different people that's in a position and that these young cats know and they familiar with that they might respect more. So I guess that's their duty. Like everybody can't be the football coach. You know what I mean? But that don't mean they might can't come in support of, you know, what you doing, Kurt. You might know a lot of solid motherfucking OGs in D.C., you know, and they might just not be with it. But sometimes there might be situations where you got things that's going on. They ain't got to come to speak. They just could come to support what you got going on so the young cats can see the strength. And they might even sprinkle some game, play some game. It ain't got to be no game about the street or whatever they doing. It's going to be a little insight about the approach. And I think that's all it's about. But I don't knock nobody for not wanting to get involved in this shit that's going on because it's deep. And it can get tricky sometimes. And a lot of times, it might be some double talk going on to where as though the youngest saying they're going to do this, but they really on this, and now you caught up in the middle of some shit. Now the youngest on the other side like, damn, oh, you lined us up, what the fuck? And then, you know what I mean, so.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. I
Teach his own.
Right. I just wanted to give us, you know, a scenario where you can't, you know, possibly offer some, like, if you got the insight and the knowledge, because like you said, you gave them a lot of places to look at, some outlets. You know
There's a lot of outlets, but also it's like, that's my thing. But one thing I'm going to say about the old heads, I think the old heads realize this. I grew up at a time where whatever the OGs said is law. Still to this day, I respect the OGs. You ain't got to be from my city. You ain't got to be. But I respect elders based off of their execution out here, the things they did, the families they took care of. You got a lot of dudes that when they was operating, they wasn't operating for self. They was taking care of people's mothers. They was taking care of their family. They was looking out for other players on the aspect of feeding them so they could feed their family, their communities, their homies. So them dudes, I gotta salute them from across the country on the aspect of like, well, you know, just how they put the game down. I'm not saying what they did was, you know, right by, you know, selling our people the shit or whatever, but you know, you live and you learn. But like a lot of times, them dudes, they like, I put mines down, I did mines, and but I came up in a time where as though we respected the OGs. It's just a different time where as though it ain't. Oh, here, man, get the fuck out of here. We don't care about nothing you done. That shit ain't got nothing to do with this. And that's why the approach of how you fuck with the youngins is real important. Like one thing about me and Gil, youngins from across this country, we done been anywhere from Harlem to Compton to the West End to you know, wherever. And they fuck with us because they able to approach us, and they approaching us. Because they, you know, when they see us tripping so much. Wallo, you old head, nut ass old head.
You relatable.
I'm happy that you could come and kick it with me, young boy, and you feel as though that. I ain't tripping off of none of that because we can laugh and joke and all that. But through the laughing and jokes, I'm going to lay something on you. Come here, Neff. Let me lay this on you, man. What you doing out here, man? I see you got that motherfucking blow on your hip, nigga. You stop wearing them tight ass shirts because you're exposing yourself. The police can see it. Damn, Monk, I ain't even peep. Listen, man, if you're going to be out here, man, try to figure it out, man. Where your little brothers and sisters out here? What they doing? What your little brothers and sisters doing? What's this? That? Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to sprinkle some G on them. And I'm going to let them go. I ain't going to hold them too long. Sprinkle it, bang, and I'm going to peel.
Get out of here.
I'm going to get up out of here because I don't want to, can't, you know what I mean? And but sometimes you'll see them again, or sometimes you might hear about, damn, you remember the youngin' you hollered at? Man, he got killed last night. Or, you know, he got locked up, he shot a nigga. But, you know, I'm always thankful that I did my job, bro. As long as I'm doing my fucking job, I'm happy with it when I go to sleep at night. And that's all that matters to me. I don't really, you know, if I do that, I'm cool with that.
Right. And I remember distinctive an interview you had with the boy Young Thug, and you say Young Thug, you stopped in the middle, you told me to say Young Thug, it's gonna be real lonely. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real lonely. And now you looking at what he going through now. What's going through your head when you seen that?
You know, it's different things. But I talked to Thug. Me and Gil was on the phone with Thug about maybe 3 weeks ago, and it was, you know, what was crazy about it is. It was a great joint, man. It was so much energy. We was laughing and tripping. Man, wow, we tripping and all that shit. But I said something to him, and Thug said, you know what, Wallo? I learned not to put nothing past nobody, man. And when he said that, it got quiet on the phone, and it was just that he was reflecting. It was like, he was just like, man, I love y'all, OGs. I love y'all, man. Just know that. You know what I mean? So it was like, at the end of the day, I always feel good that I'm brave enough, and I come from a certain generation and cloth. Like I'm happy with my generation. I love it. I love that I come from some extraordinary OGs, the 80s, and I love that. And they put some ism on me, and I'm brave enough to speak truth to these young cats when everybody scared of them.
Right. Right.
And I'm just happy with the fact that I always tell them what I need to tell them. And whatever happened after that, they got to right, they grown.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm cool with that shit, you know?
Right. You come out the penitentiary, man, and you run straight to just come into our phones, come into our computers, man, screaming and hollering.
Yeah.
When did you come up that you're going to do that, and what gave you the courage to be like, man, I don't give a fuck what they saying, what they thinking. I got a plan.
I knew two things. When I sat in the penitentiary, I talked to a lot of people. I'm a person that connect with different people, different cultures. I talk to the Asian man, I talk to the Jewish man, I talk to the white man, I talk to the Indian man, I talk to the black man, and I just connect with different people. And I knew within our culture, I had to do some research. I said, okay, bet. I always was a people person. I always was like a fucking a comedian. I grew up off of Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, the greats, man. I listened to some of Paul Moody. I listened to some of the greats because my uncle used to play this shit in the crib. So I knew that you could always tell somebody the truth through a joke.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you could give them, like in our community, that was the best way for them to drop game on them and wisdom was through making us laugh. Because if you can make somebody laugh, you can make them listen. So I was like, all right, bet. I paid attention to that. And one thing the most important thing that I learned being in the penitentiary and studying our communities in the ghetto was this. I had to say, okay, I used to write notes down in the book of life, the BOL I had, and whatever I was writing. And I used to put tough, cool, and I put a line. Right. Tough and cool. We subscribe, them the two most important things that we subscribe to in the ghetto.
In the hood.
Tough and cool. And I thought I put tough, cool, and one day I put the dollar sign under tough, and I put a dollar sign under cool. And I only could come up with one name on one side. On the cool side, I only came with one person. And the point of, I was like, who got rich being tough or cool in the ghetto? The only person that came out of the ghetto being cool, these young cats probably don't know him, was Billy D. Williams.
Code 45.
So I said, he made money being cool.
Right.
Tough, I couldn't find nobody that made money being tough. So I said to myself, okay, bet. In the ghetto, if you could get around being tough or cool, you can win. See, the cool part in the ghetto is this. I ain't gonna do this. Ain't nobody gonna look at me like this. They ain't gonna say this about me. It's a fear of being who you was, being who you are based on being judged. I ain't never was that. And then the tough part, I was never no tough nigga in the ghetto. I wasn't no killer tough nigga being tough. That never was me. I always had some player mannerism about me. That I deal with the people. I was always that dude. I never was a dude that when some dumb shit, I was always a dude to try to intervene. Oh, bro, we ain't gotta do that. Right. No, chill, nigga. Come on, let's get some money. That was my joint. So when I peeped, I said, okay, damn, man, it's sweet. I said, I ain't got nobody in my way. So when I'm giving these messages up, I'm gonna make you laugh because I'm running across the E-way. You're like, damn, what this nigga doing? He running across the E-way. He laying on the ground with ketchup on his head saying, y'all looking at me, damn, is this nigga got shot? Then y'all laughing like, damn, old head tripping the whole time. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. While y'all watch the whole video, it get to the point of you strolling. And number one, I had to battle with the timeline. On the timeline, you got the chick this asshole nigga, the chick with the fat ass, the dude with the jury, the rapper. I'm battling with these niggas. Them, right, I said I'm gonna destroy these motherfuckers. You know why? Because when you see me coming down the timeline, ain't nobody doing what I'm doing. I'm laying on the ground, I got ketchup on my motherfucking head, and you sitting there, you stopped. Damn, dude got shot? What main man doing? Oh man, he tripping. You start laughing, and then you hear what I'm saying when I'm laying on the ground with ketchup on my head. I just need you to get the message. You laugh, you did whatever. And I said this. I looked up at the camera with the ketchup dripping on my face. Don't wait until it's too late. And the ambulance getting closer, but you think it's getting farther because you checking out. Don't wait until it's too late and to change. You know what I mean? I gave him the game. Don't wait till you right there tell me, oh, now you're cool with the law. Now you're cool with Jesus. Now you screaming, hey, mom, and all that shit. Don't wait until it's too late. It costs too much to be a criminal. Bang. You know what I mean? So I knew that I was gonna fuck everybody else up because I knew Well, ain't nobody gonna be
They
Wallo.
not doing that.
Because you know what? Why? And then I used to go back to, I was staying in my grandma's middle room on the twin size bed when I came out of the penitentiary. And I would hear things during the day. Somebody call me, yo, what's his name? Said, man, what's up with Wild? That nigga tripping, man. Wild lost his mind in jail, man. Or somebody may say, damn, old head burnt out. I used to go back to my grandma's crib.
Twin size bed. I don't think they heard that. Twin size bed.
Twin size bed, the same as the penitentiary.
Right, yeah.
So I used to go there. My grandma got it. Shout out to her. She got me that bed when I came on. Got me a dresser, the whole hookup. So, but it was the same size as the cell, and I love it. And the only reason I was able to make parole to that room because my rest in peace, Aunt Ruby. My Aunt Ruby died in that room. You know what I mean? But other than that, I had to find somewhere to go because they wasn't letting me go to halfway. I was like, no, we want you to go to a house. So, rest in peace, Aunt Ruby. So what happened is like every night I used to go to the Chinese store. I used to get 10 scallops and fried rice every night religiously in a ginger ale every fucking night for 6 months. And some nights I get my grandma to egg for you. I come in the crib, I did it. And I used to come in the crib, close the door, I'd be up in there laughing like a motherfucker. Like, damn. Motherfucking Nanny. Nanny's like, boy, you always in there laughing. What you watch? I said, I ain't watching nothing, Nanny. I'm just thinking. And I'm laughing at everybody because I'm like, everybody talking about me on the aspect of, family, friends, associates, people I knew, niggas. I'm talking about niggas I was solid with in the streets. Talking about, damn, Wallo, why on some nut shit, he tripping. I'm laughing in there like, damn. I got these motherfuckers. They done. I ain't, cause you know why? I'm like, I ain't gotta worry about nobody getting in my way. They think I'm done. They think I'm crazy. By the time they wake up and realize I'm gonna be on M's. I said, they sleep out this joint.
Right.
So I'm just laughing like, damn, bet. Yeah, I mean, they laughing. But I'm getting real DMs from real people, man. My name Michael from Boston, man. I was on drugs. Your videos is helping me. Right. Real people from different nationalities, black, white, green, red. Everybody's tapping in on a global level. People, man, this what's the name from Nigeria, man. This what's the name from Ukraine, man. I'm Toronto. I'm reading that shit. I'm like, okay, the real tapping in. Because one thing that I knew is this. There's 8 billion people on this planet. I'm banking off of that. I'm looking at the world population. Right. I don't need nobody from Philly, nobody from DC, Baltimore, Chicago, Detroit. Anybody that got the street mentality, I don't need none of them to fuck with me. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Right. I still got an audience, baby. Right. So I never was a dude like, you ain't got to fuck with me because you don't think that I'm whatever on if I ain't on this. Because I'm like, and then I'm understanding people's minds more. I'm like, damn, homie, I'm hearing homies, damn, Wallo tripping. Or motherfuckers, damn, Wallo on some that shit, Wallo on this. But if I was out here shooting motherfuckers or selling dope, I'm cool.
Cool, right.
That's how I know our people's minds was fucked up. I said, I'm going to change all this shit. By the time y'all catch up, I'm going to show you how I'm going to put it down. I'm going to put this shit I'm going to put it in y'all face every day. And y'all going to see some shit y'all never seen executed in the history of life from a nigga that walked out of the penitentiary. Right. And that was the whole game plan. Right. And I said, I'm going to put it in their face. And I did it. And I'm still putting it in their face every day.
Yeah, you're doing that. Yeah, and you and... You say about being different, and you looked in the timeline, and that's an important piece because even when you go to the music where everybody rapping and talk about the same stuff, everybody wearing the same thing, and when you look at a Drake, all the artists not doing that, they like the mega artists.
No, I spoke about that. The biggest artists in the world, Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Kanye, all them dudes is just on a whole nother fucking, they the biggest artists in the fucking world. Right. But it's hard because the hardest thing for a lot of people is, a lot of people talk that cool shit, but a lot of people is afraid to be themselves. So by them not being able to be themselves, they just got to fall victim to being with everybody else on. So now you catch yourself on everybody else on. Okay, we already know you got the switch in the video. It's 1,600 other videos today that came out. They got a switch in it. So what? Right. What's next?
What's different? Right.
Can you rap? And there's a lot of dudes is not even with the music thing. What's so fucked up is everybody rapping about niggas was in a 10-block radius. We gonna slide on them niggas. All right, you said that 15 songs, Neff. Right. Obviously you can't rap. Right, yeah. Or you don't have no content to rap about. You just talk about sliding on the same niggas from 15th Street, 15 different songs. Right. Why the fuck would I listen to that? Right. Why would a bad chick listen to that? Why would a fly chick listen to that? Why would she play that when she put her makeup on to get dressed? And you wonder, damn, why I can't catch? Why my shit ain't catching? You're making songs about niggas all day. You're infatuated with niggas, Neff. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You in love with niggas. Yeah. You ain't make a song about a woman yet. You ain't say nothing about fucking a woman and being at a party with a woman or pulling up on a woman. You made 15 songs about 50,000 niggas and about shooting niggas and back and forth. That's it.
When they get interviewed, they say, man, I don't show up no niggas. That's what they say to get interviewed though, where they whole steal on songs about dudes, basically.
The whole joint is about a nigga.
Right. Man, you Gilly come out, man. Y'all come up with that. First of all, how y'all come with the name Million Off a Game? And the part two of that question is, did you and Gilly ever get into so much disagreement where y'all almost be like, man, F you, and stop talking for a few days?
No, let me tell you something. First of all, Gil is my big cousin. I love him to death. One thing about us, we got a checking system. We never came to that part about money issues, because if I'm out of pocket, I'm like, Lo, that was some nut ass shit you did, cuz. I'm like, damn, what happened, cuz? You gonna lay it on me? Good looking, cuz. Right. Vice versa, cuz. That was some dumb shit. We might not do it in the public, but we don't never had them type of issues about money, about situations, because we ain't too big to get checked. Checking is a form of correcting. Yeah. That's number one. All right, number two, $1 million worth of game. Cuz started that shit back like 2012. He was on John. Let me give you $1 million worth. He was on Instagram doing these little clips. He been had that shit. He been saying that. But what happened is in 2019, I was reading an article from Spotify. They was talking about how Spotify had allocated like 400-something million to podcasts within the first quarter of that year. And I called him one morning. I said, cuz, because I'm one of them dudes. Me and him got different parts we play within our business. I'm the one that do extensive research. I'm the one that might jump on a plane, go meet with some corporations, do this shit, whatever. I do all that shit. Gil, I'm just like, Gus, sit the fuck down. You did enough. Right. You kept this shit. You kept your name alive enough, long enough for us to be able to deal with relationships, whatever. Right. Chill. I'll be on a plane. I'll be back. So I said, read this joint. I woke him up really more. I said, read that shit, man. Hit me back. He said, oh, man, what the fuck? We got to get, because everybody kept telling us to do a podcast. At that time, I had 500,000 followers. He had 1,000,001. And I was like, all right, we're going to do it. I called him. He called me back. I said, later on, I'm going to have some papers for you to sign. I'm going to give it to, get his LLC. I'm get my trademark attorney. We going, and then like 2 days, we're going to go set up the account when he sent me this paperwork back in his email. And it was on since then. April 17, 2019 was the first episode of $1 Million Worth of Game, and it been the fuck up ever since. You know what I mean? Right. That day, I remember I was in Utah at the time, and I'm watching the joint. We dropped. That day, within hours, we was number 4 on a top category podcast in the world on Apple. Number 4, and we was number 2 in comedy under Joe Rogan that day. In like hours. I said, yeah, this our shit is on. We fucking this shit. Because nobody was doing what we was doing. Right. It wasn't no podcast out there that could cater to the young niggas. Right. Everybody was just worrying about older niggas and back in the nobody was fucking with the young niggas. We we gonna fuck with the young niggas. That's what we going at.
Give them a voice.
We fuck with them and the game change.
Right.
You know?
Y'all get the pumping, man. Y'all all over the world. When you seen that first M of your bank account, man, what went through your head?
Man, it ain't nothing, because it went from an M to 6 because you gotta pay them fucking taxes. I'm like, fuck.
Uncle Sam came with that machete.
No, it wasn't Uncle Sam. I had a good accountant.
Oh yeah.
He like, no, wow. He like, wow. Every dollar you get, 40 cents of that dollar got to get put to the side for taxes.
Right.
We gonna pay quarterly.
Right. We
gonna pay in advance. So by the time so I was like, damn. And so now I started looking at money different. I said, man, you get $3 million. $3 million, you ain't no millionaire. And they're like, damn, how you ain't no millionaire? Because $3 million, you got to pay 1.2 in taxes. Right. So now listen, you done went and paid 1.2 out of 3 million. Now you got 1.8. You ain't no millionaire. Right.
Right.
You just got to. So now you're looking at money different.
Right.
So now when somebody ready to say, oh, we gonna give you, like, that don't even mean this. And now you got to still look at your deductions on the aspect like, damn, you might get cars, or you might get buildings, or you might get equipment in your company name. So a lot of that shit, travel, lodging, food, certain shit you're doing, you gonna get write-offs. You know what I mean? Right. Sometimes the clothing. So it's all about how you look at that shit. But that shit don't really bone on some real shit. If you always been somebody to yourself, you're just gonna be like, damn, I can take care of some people, I can look out for some people, I can do some things, but it's like you still trying to figure out how to take it to the next level.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what we just kept doing.
Right. And you say you jump on a plane, you deal with all the corporate America. What's some of your abilities you learned and your game you learned off the street that applied to you using the corporate America meetings?
That dude that I was in the streets, that always approached motherfuckers. One thing I learned about corporate America, if you in a street dude, every neighborhood got that dude that just be all over the city.
Right, yeah.
That dude is one of the most important dudes because he's like the spokesman for your neighborhood. That's the dude that could be the manager of the rapper, that could go out there and connect. So once I learned, I said, damn, if you that dude in the streets in corporate America, you gonna kill him. Right. Because corporate America I'm always in first class. A lot of times Me and Gil be the only niggas in first class sometimes. So I'm always next to somebody that's moving and shaking. And hey, what's, you know, and first thing, what do you do? Oh, man, you know, we get to talking. Next thing you know, oh, yeah, I work for Nike, or I work for American Express, or I work for, I'm meeting some extraordinary people. And I tell them what I do, tell them my story. They're like, oh, my God, hey, take your information, man. I may be. One thing about the people on the other side, they always trying to help a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I learned on the next level, when you on the next level, people's not holding information. And they love when you ask them about, you ask them shit. Well, I'm trying to learn this. Take my number, man. When you going to be in San Francisco again, man? My friend got a great cigar lounge. Come out there, man. You ever come out there? I'm like, all right, bet. Next week, I'm out. Yeah, man, I'm ready to come out. Yeah, come on, are you going to be at? All right. And next thing you know, I got $1 million worth of game because they put me in a room with other motherfuckers.
Right.
See, it's not like the streets. It's not like the hood. Because in the hood, ain't nobody going to put you in a room. Motherfucker, everybody trying to compete. You know what I mean? You got the biggest car, got the biggest chain. You know, I'm going to fuck his bitch. I'm going to do that. Nigga. Now I'm over here. Motherfuckers talking about some, here go these resources. Here go this. Here go that. Here go that. You know what I mean? So it's just.
And the crazy thing about the streets train you to be like, don't cut into people because it might be a bad situation, go to jail. But in the real world, that's called networking.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So we come in not knowing how to network, or we train not to open up and say shit to people.
We train because a lot of times they call that dick eating when you talk to somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you a dick eater. I be hearing you know what fucked me up though? What fucked me up the most is that when I came home from the penitentiary, I'm seeing the everyday layman, square people take on the street mentality.
Yeah, man.
The slang. I'm seeing women. I'm like, oh, baby girl, you too bad to be talking like you. Hey. You see that? You see a dude that's a cold L7 work every day. He got street mentality mindset. Like, what the fuck is going on? It fucked me up. I ain't never see that.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like, it just be a bunch. It'd be a bunch of shit that threw me off.
You got girls talking about, man, he a rat for real. Why you say that? Nah, my boyfriend said he was a rat. Like,
and then my whole thing is like, all right, now the rat thing. I just want to touch on that and break that down because like I come from a time where it's though you ain't never see me get on Instagram say anything about nobody fucking a rat or this. Right. I understand that. And I always try to warn people like, listen, man, in this day and time, somebody gonna tell you stay away. A lot of these dudes, you got to be mindful when you step to somebody telling them they a rat, especially if you ain't got nothing in your hand,
right?
Because you'll lose your life about this shit. A lot of these dudes you might call rats, they might even did tell. And they'll put you down though, because you're putting their business out there. And second of all, why are you so concerned about what somebody did and you ain't gonna do nothing to them?
Right.
So you gotta, and then sometimes you also gotta be mindful when you saying that because that might be intimidating a witness with the feds, so they might come snatch you. So you gotta be mindful on so many different levels when you saying that and you put that out there about somebody. Because me personally, I done seen niggas get the rat tag because they put dick to somebody's chick.
Yeah.
I done seen niggas get the rat tag because, you know, they get money. I done seen niggas get the rat tag with no paperwork. So, you know what I mean? You got to be mindful of that shit. So, you know, I just stay away from all that shit, man, because I'm always mindful of where I come from in the street coach, and I understand. I done seen a lot of rats put niggas down. Because niggas either approach them, embarrass them, put their information out there. So I just be like, fuck all that, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Man, everybody talk about the money people can make doing this type of stuff, podcast and all that. But speak to, because I know with me, I got a feeling about it. But I want to hear your feeling when you run to people that's coming to you when you get some to eat or in line, they be like, man, Wallo, man, you really changed my life. Somebody listening to you, it changed my life, man. How that make you feel, and what be going in your mind when you see that?
Man,
hear that.
When I hit the train station in D.C., like 6-7 people just ran up on me, and it was like, there's always that no matter where I go at. You know, it's a great feeling that you're doing something and you impacting the world, and you the help that you always wanted for yourself. Because a lot of people's going through a lot of shit out here in this day and time, and just in the world. And just to be able to give some words and some encouragement to people and help them, that's a blessing, man. And it keeps me motivated to keep going because it's somebody else that need to hear what I'm talking about that can help them out. You know what I mean? So that's more important than money or any of this shit. You know what I mean? Because one thing about money is like this, all right. You know, a lot of people, you know, it's different for you not to have it. But when you get money, it's like you can buy cars, you can buy a nice house, you can fuck a lot of women. You can do all that shit, right? But at the end of the day, it's going to come a time, and sometimes it's different. Sometimes it might be 3 months, it might be 6 months, it might be a year where you just might be like, there's nothing else you can do. You're going to hit the cake. You know what I mean? Wherever you got a Rolls Royce, or wherever you got a Bentley, wherever you got a Maybach, wherever you got with a big-ass mansion, wherever you got the Rolexes, the APs, you fuck this fat butt girl, this girl from this city, flew out, this, that, third. It's going to be now, you're going to be like, I done it all, it's over.
Right.
You ain't got that much time. It's gonna be over. This shit, and you just gonna be like, none of that shit really matter.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand that part. People think it's the part. That's why you be seeing these motherfuckers. You know how many motherfuckers committing suicides in mansions? You know how many happy motherfuckers? You know how many motherfuckers got all the money in the world and they miserable than a motherfucker?
Some people got so much money, they get to that point and run out of shit to do. Then they get over creative. They get doing all type of crazy shit that a human don't supposed to be doing.
They doing that. they start using all type of drugs. And that's why sometimes you'll see a motherfucker, and this is what people don't understand, and they don't understand, and people say it, they be like, damn, that sound crazy. You'll have people that got money, they've got success, and you'll say to yourself, man, I'm boned. I'm just do the program. The whole time, you like, fuck a motherfucker hating on me.
Right, yeah.
Because they see life and you got life, bro. And they like, damn, he got something no matter. I got all this money, this, that, and third. But people don't come to me like that. I don't attract people. I can't walk in a room and make everybody move. And I got more money than him.
Right, yeah.
I done seen motherfucking people that had way more money than me. They couldn't get inside the door.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes. So it'd be like people just like the money. Yeah, money gonna make your family comfortable. It's gonna do some shit for you. You're gonna be able to take care of some people, but like you really got to know who you are, and you got to really tap into self and try to figure that life out thing. Once you get that life piece together about who you are and where you trying to go, that's the most rich shit you could do.
Right, yeah.
And that's where you go to the next level.
Right, yeah. In the beginning of your journey, before you took off, was there a moment that you wanted to give up, or it got?
I ain't gonna say want to give up, but that shit was tight, man. I mean, it might be a day I got $30, $40 in my pocket to my name. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I got to go get this meal tonight, Chinese store that's gonna fuck my knot up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got 5 and 1s, 3, 2 5s, and so that shit be like, damn.
Right. Yeah. So on your journey, getting to where you're getting at now,
it's real. It's rough.
Yeah, you lost any family and friends? Wasn't you know?
Oh man, I lost a lot of motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers entitled. Like me, I'm one of them people like this. I'm accountable, motherfucker. If you're adult, you shouldn't have to ask nobody for nothing. If you're adult, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't look at nobody like a nigga owe you something. And you're gonna lose people, man. You're gonna lose family members. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna lose people that just they just feel as though you're supposed to do everything for them. And it's not even about money. It's just about time. It's about attention. It's about Instagram. Instagram is a fucked up drug. Yeah, motherfucker hate you for not posting on Instagram. So you got it's a fucked up drug. Instagram. You got people that's we got people that's living outside of the element that just they don't give a fuck. They just want to be on the gram. Everybody want attention.
Right.
People want attention more than money.
Yeah.
You can tell a motherfucker, damn, Bone, it's your birthday. Listen, man, it's your birthday. I got $500 for you, man. No, man. You throw me on Instagram.
Well, yeah.
That ain't gonna pay your bills. Nobody even fucking know you, Bone.
Yeah. I call it they want fame over fortune. What fame over fortune?
You understand? So it's crazy.
Yeah. What's Wallo 5-year plan?
Be somewhere on a farm. Me, my family. I'm just chilling, man. Relaxing, getting up every day. I mean, running a good 2-3 miles, coming back in my crib, getting massaged by my personal pursuits, getting my chef making me a great breakfast.
Right.
I mean, going into my black room, reading about what's going on in the world and technology. I'm big on like content, technology, media. That's my thing. Okay. You know, some people say, "Oh, I'm in real estate. I'm in this, that, and third." Listen, much more. That's not my thing. My thing is media. Okay. I believe in media. I believe in technology and content. I don't, you know, everybody got their thing. And I think a lot of times in the black culture, we jump on waves and moments. I know with content, I know that's going to take me to getting $1 billion. Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying, you know, not knocking what nobody doing is. I think in our culture, we get so hype on the moment. Oh, everybody doing really, everybody. No, that's my thing. I tap into my thing. My business is media. Right. That's my business. Right. And I'm gonna just be somewhere chilling.
What you think Wallo be doing if social media would have never came into existence?
Wallo be out here making it the fuck happen. Wallo was a hustler.
Right.
Wallo was an American hustler. Wallo be out here moving and shaking.
Right.
Just like ain't nothing gonna stop me. You know what I'm saying? If the shit can stop, I know how to make it happen. I know how to talk to people. I know how to communicate. I know how to. one thing that I knew, and the greatest thing that I learned is that the world is bigger than the ghetto. That's one thing I learned. Right. And I know how to talk to different people in different nationalities. I know how to connect.
You just speak the language. You know I still how to connect.
I know it's an energy thing, baby. I know I get out there and tap with motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what this shit is about, man.
How Wallo want to be remembered?
Man, listen, man. At the end of the day, it ain't even about that. I just want to create things every day that's gonna live forever. The shit I do, if I expire today, I'm gonna live forever. This shit gonna be out here forever. What I left on earth and what I put out here, they gonna be looking at this shit for hundreds of years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm cool with that. You know.
I'm gonna give you some names. I just want you to give me whatever comes to your mind about these people. Kevin Lyles.
A beast, a hustler. He's a hustler that come from the ground. He figured it out. He understand. He learned the system, and by him learning the system, he was able to elevate in unimaginable ways. And he knew business. He knew how to create business. And he knew how to cultivate the relationships. And now he on another level.
Charlemagne.
A beast. And we're going to go back to Kevin Lyles. I want to put also, that's my OG.
Okay.
Charlemagne, another big homie. Charlemagne is an unbelievable businessman, and that's one of the people that I can't even count how many times he called me. Wallo, I got this dude that going to play. Wallo, I got this. Listen, Wallo, I'm putting you on email with this. Wallo, I'm putting you on text with this. Wallo, Gil, tell you and Gil.
Shane Plugs.
He's a motherfucker. He's a beast out here. It ain't too many people that call me more than Charlemagne with resources.
Not with bullshit.
No. Yeah. This motherfucker plug you with the people, the plugs.
Right.
The plugs, not no gossip shit, not no, oh yeah, this happening, oh yeah, this, going to this party. Oh, he ain't never called me about no dumb shit like that, about no party, none of that. That nigga called me with plugs. Yeah, I got my friend over here, man, he's a great guy, Wallo. He want to meet you. That's what Charlemagne, he's a beast. A media mogul, he's a fucking monster.
Yeah, I got respect for Charlemagne too. The rapper Lil Durk.
That's my youngin', that's Neff. I wish people could hear him talk more. I wish people could hear him. I wish you got the lyrics, that's cool. But I wish people could hear Durk talk in a room where he ain't know nobody was listening. I wish they could hear the conversation we had. This motherfucker's smart as shit.
Meek Mills.
My guy. One thing about Meek, I love Meek. Meek was one of the first people outside of Gil to post me on social media and say, he saying he talking that shit. I didn't even know Meek. And he always, when it came to me personally, Meek always mentioned me. Meek put me in a room with Robert Kraft, Jay-Z, Robert Smith, Mike Rubin, Mike Novakratz. He put me in a room with a bunch of billionaires, man, and said, y'all need to listen to Wallo because Wallo know what's going on. Wallo is the pulse of this shit. Wallo came out here and he what reform is about. Wallo. And Meek helped a lot of motherfuckers get out of jail. I remember one time he called me and he asked me about somebody. He said, you know an old head named so-and-so? I said, yeah, that's my OG. We was in the penitentiary with you. All right, bet. I just needed to know that, man. We working on getting him out of jail. He was doing life. And months later, he was out of jail. So he just a good motherfucker to me, man. He's always been good to me. So I always had his back. That's my guy.
Yeah, man. Your brother that you lost when he was incarcerated.
Oh, man, Lil Steve. That was like, Lil Steve believed in me. That was my big brother. We grew up in the same house, man. Let's slept in the same bed as kids. I never had nobody that believed in me so much. He never said what he gonna do. Because me and him was cellmates when I was in the penitentiary. We was in the penitentiary and then he came home and he got he always said, bro, you gonna make it, you gonna do it, bro. I used to be in there, write my little plans, write my shit down. He's like, yeah, bro. And I'd run shit by him. He's like, damn, you gonna kill him with that. Right. He was extraordinary hype man to me. He believed in me in a different way. And that was one of the flyest niggas I ever knew. He was fly, he was smooth, he was street savvy. He knew how to move around. A lot of people respected him in the streets of Philadelphia. he was just Superman to me growing up. He was that guy. You know what I mean? So, like when he is really the truest foundation of why I'm motivated every day. I push because of him. And when he got killed, and he got killed. He died in my grandma's arms, and my niece came to see me a couple of days. Lil May, his daughter, and I said to myself when she came up to me talking to me like, "Oh, you gonna come on? You gonna do?" I said to myself, "I'm gonna do some shit that they never do in the ghetto." I said, "Not only is this my brother, this my nigga." I said, "I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna live for my nigga. I'm gonna live for Big Bro. I ain't gonna die for Big Bro." And I said, and that was the moment where I was able to forgive my brother's killer, because I said I gotta live for him, and I can't carry this shit around on my back, and I'm not gonna let nobody finesse me or put a battery in my back that I got to do some shit that's outside of me. And my life opened up. Once I let that shit go, my life opened up. And Steve smiled on me every motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying?
That's big.
I mean, that's what it's about, bro.
That's big. That's big.
You know what I mean?
That's big. Anything you want to say before we leave?
I just want to say this. I've been back and forth to DC. I know people in DC. I got love in DC. Wherever it's Bird, Dre the Mayor, my man Tony Lewis, one of the first people I connected with out here. My brother Tuma from YouTube. Just DC is just a beautiful place. You know what I mean? But to the youngest of DC, y'all got a shot. And only y'all can take y'all shot away from y'all. I know y'all say to yourself, man, I got to step up every day. I got to be this and I got to be that, because everybody in your environment told you got to be a real nigga. In the opposition that's on the other side, I'm going to tell you some shit. I'm going to tell you a secret. Some of them is thinking like some of y'all is thinking, and they saying to themselves, damn, is this shit going to stop? I want to fall back. I want to chill. I just want to do this music shit. Or I just want to start this clothing line. Or a lot of y'all be thinking the same thing, but y'all never get nobody that can sit y'all down and really have this conversation. And because a lot of y'all don't want to die. I don't want nobody want to die. You know what I mean? I know it sound cool. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna slide, but it'd be like, y'all got to start living, man, and be willing to live for the homeboys, and turn the leaf so you can be there for their brothers and sisters that they left behind. You can be there just to hug their mama. Y'all got an unbelievable opportunity that we never had growing up. Y'all got that technology. Y'all got that cell phone. So y'all need to start really tapping in and really start having conversations. And it ain't cool. It ain't nothing wrong with getting a big homie from the neighborhood to say, man, we want to holler at them niggas, man. We need to really, and just have real universal sit down to try to figure it out. Because you got two sides of DC. The ones that's winning and the ones that's losing. And young boys, y'all down bad. Y'all losing, man. Y'all ain't even on the scoreboard. Y'all never even make it to the tournament every year. And I'm talking about the tournament of life. You got these people coming from all around America. You got Howard University, extraordinary black university of extraordinary individuals that came out of D.C. and they made shit happen. They came to D.C. to get some sauce. They came to D.C. to get some magic. And they took that shit around the world. And their name is on marquees and billboards all around the world making shit happen. They running companies. They curating culture. They doing some great things. When you gonna say to yourself, you know what? I want to be a part of the winning team of DC. I want to be a part of the shit that's happening. A lot of y'all can't even go to certain events. Y'all can't even go to certain places. Y'all can't even, like, when some of us come to DC, we get to benefit from all the beauties of DC, the restaurants, the events, the venues. Some of the shit that y'all never even got a chance to see, but y'all got a gate around y'all. Y'all got an invisible gate around y'all. Because y'all know y'all can't go so far because somebody might shoot you or you might shoot somebody else. When is you going to say to yourself, I want to live, I want to celebrate, I want to be able to go to Broccoli Festival? Listen, you know what's crazy, man? All my nephews out, all nephews, D.C., man, y'all got one of the craziest festivals. Listen, man, Broccoli City got some of the baddest chicks in the country coming to that joint, man. Y'all got some of the baddest chicks in D.C., period. Y'all niggas playing, nephews. Y'all need to get off them guns and get on these broads, man, get on these dames, man. And start connecting, because these women going to put you on some ism. They got all the information. They got all the resources. And y'all need to start jumping on that train. Jump on that train. Take a look. Get on that Amtrak. Get a little ticket and go to New York City, man. Look at them lights in Times Square, baby. Look at them motherfucking lights, Neff. and say, damn. Stop at Philly and get you a cheesesteak, or stop at Baltimore and get you some crabs. And go up and down that joint and say, damn, man, I could jump on the train, go ahead, but I can't even go to the other side of my city. And say, damn, it's a lot of life out there, Neff. It's a lot of life. You see what I'm saying? And I know some of y'all be laughing, damn, right, man, I'll be tripping. Y'all be tripping. A lot of y'all niggas don't want to die. And a lot of y'all niggas, I'm going to be straight up, Neff. I'm going to be straight up. I ain't chumping none of y'all. A lot of y'all niggas ain't built like that, Neff. A lot of you niggas ain't built like that, Neff. Neff, you know what I'm talking? You sitting there like, damn, I really ain't trying to. You like, I ain't trying to see them niggas, man, on a good day. You don't even want to see them niggas. And a lot of y'all niggas, it froze up when it was time to slide. So that already told you shouldn't be a part of this shit, man. Go ahead and chill, Neff. Go ahead and have some fun. Go get some pussy, Neff. Go get some pussy. The same way you be so, because listen, Neff, you be loving the homies too much. My bro. Man, your baby, that little Keisha been on you all this time with that little fat ass, man. Stop playing, Neff. Go over there and lay up with her, man. Go watch Netflix and chill, man. Let her cook you some food, man, or some shit, man. What's the matter with you, man? Stop that dumb shit, Neff. Y'all, listen, you got this big-ass city. You got all this talented young motherfuckers, man. And D.C., man, everybody come in, get some sauce, they make some money, and y'all ain't even a part of it, man. Y'all ain't even a part. Man, that motherfucking fight came, man, when Tank was fighting. Yeah. I seen a bunch of players. It was only the OGs from D.C., players from Philly, players from New York. Wasn't none of you niggas there, man. I ain't seen none of the young niggas, man. Y'all can't even come and enjoy yourself. It was a bunch of chicks activated out here, Neff. All them, listen, I gotta say it, all them fat asses that was in that fight, man. That shit was crazy. I'm like, shit. God damn.
Could enjoy the fight, huh?
I'm looking, man, I wasn't watching no fight. They walking up, going to get popcorn and shit. I'm in the hallway like, damn, this shit live. I ain't seen none of the young niggas, man, that be all in the DM. All them young niggas, there's a bunch of niggas from that DC be in my DM, be talking a little shit. I ain't seen none of the youngest. I'm like, damn, these niggas can't even enjoy life because they can't lead. You niggas is prisoners of your own neighborhood. So, you know, just get out there and live, Neff. Just start jumping on these trains, man. Listen, and if you don't know something, ask these girls. Ask these young girls. They'll take you somewhere. They'll take you to the end. You got to see, because once y'all start seeing more shit, you'll realize that the world is bigger than the gunplay. The world is bigger than sliding. You see what I'm saying? The world, only sliding you supposed to be affiliated with is seeing your son slide down to your daughter, slide down the sliding board some fucking way. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's a song, right? I got to play this song, right? And I want to play this song. It's a back in the day song by some OGs. And it represents right now. And I'm going to play it. And this is one of my favorite songs, man. I'm going to play this song. You got a chord that I can play it on this?
Yeah. Play it up to the mic and then just send them the song and I just sing.
And I want y'all to hear this shit. This shit is crazy.
What is that, 7? That joke say 7? What?
Huh?
It would say something, he give like 7 rules or something?
No.
Okay.
I just want them to hear one part. This came out in 1974. Watch this. Listen. Brothers on the slide working on the wrong side. This is 1974. He said, brothers on the slide working on the wrong side. Niggas, you're on the wrong motherfucking side. You niggas shooting in the mirror. You on the wrong side, Neff. You shooting in the motherfucking mirror. You shooting a nigga that look like you every motherfucking day, and I'm telling you, I wish some of you niggas could hear the opposition mother scream when they hear that their baby is gone on their phone. If you motherfuckers can hear that scream that mom let out, or that scream of that sister, or that baby mom, or that grandmom, or that little brother at that funeral, when they telling their big brother, get up, when the baby don't even know that he's dead, hey, and they tell him, get up, and the whole funeral start crying. When you hear that motherfucking scream of the mom, you realize you working on the wrong side, nigga, who you with? Now, who you with? Like, motherfucker, we're working on the wrong side to believe that killing a motherfucker like you and making a motherfucker mom hurt that's just the same as your mom, been in the same struggle as your mom, is cool. So all I'm gonna say is, man, you gotta figure out, man, get on the right side, man. Because y'all operating on the wrong motherfucking train, going in the wrong direction on the wrong motherfucking track. You see what I'm saying?
And that's a hell of a jewel. I don't need to add nothing to that. The jewel of the day is you work with the wrong fucking side.
You working on the wrong side, man.
Man, appreciate you coming, man. We got you a few items, man. Take with you, man.
Yes, sirski.
Yeah, man. That's our little favorite saying, the streets not made
For everybody.
That's why they create. That's why they create. That's
I'm
why they
on
create.
that motherfucking sidewalk. I like that motherfucker, man.
Sidewalk, right?
Comfortable over there now, you understand? I'm telling you, man, that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what it's about, man.
Yeah.
And they, and like I tell the young niggas, man, ain't nothing wrong for realizing you ain't built it. This ain't for you. Damn, you know what? You might got a better chance at Walmart, man. Walmart or a motherfucker working at Target. All them young chicks up in that motherfucker. You could be in there, get some action, run into your baby mom up in there and get exposed. I'm telling you, these women will put you on some game out here, man. They got all the resources. They're going to show you how to get your credit. They're going to show you how to book a flight. They're going to show you where to eat at. They're going to expose you to some game. Young boys, put them guns down, start getting with these young motherfucking tenderonis out here, man. Y'all niggas playing.
Wallo, Changing Jewels. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, buy some merch, fuck with it. You know what I mean? Fuck what was fucking with you. He created a platform to try to help, you know, his community first. And if he penetrating his community, he penetrating your community, whether you from Atlanta, whether you from Philly, whether you from motherfucking Baltimore, whether you from Chicago, Detroit. It's just somebody that's doing something just that, you know, believe in their community. So fuck with it, man. You ain't even got to listen. You can subscribe. That's free. You can like. That's free. You can share it. You can copy that link on YouTube or whatever. Send it to a couple of homies. Send it to some people that need to see it. You see what I'm saying? You fuck with Wallo, fuck with Kurt. You know what I mean? So send this shit around, man, and tap into the people, man. And that's what it's about, man. And it's just like that.
Out the park, niggas know me. Curb on, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a road, yeah.
Thank you for watching Changing Jewels on Kirkbone TV. If you like the jewels that we are dropping, subscribe, hit the notification, and share with some friends. And I'll see you on the next episode of Changing Jewels, Kirkbone TV.